have free-flowing electricity up there.
You mean nobody ever gets out of space?
They're lying. They get paid a lot of money, and they're lying to us. Look, these astronauts. That's on the inside of that space station. They're floating around it like that vomit comet, you know, the plane that dives. Or they have harnesses and wires. And we see air bubbles going up the spaceman's helmet. That's because they're in a pool. Look, they're in a pool. See, there's a lot of stuff. But this is the teller. Look, that's a reflection on a flat surface. Look, there's a table. And that's reality. See, no, you got to look into this because we can see way too far. And you know what? No matter how high you go, the horizon's always at your eye level. In an airplane, on Mount Everest, anywhere you go. That means it doesn't go down.
Well, then there's no religion either.
Oh, there's religion because there's a creator. There's a creator.
No, that's all fake.
You got to figure out if there's a creator. That's what you got to do.
I believe that American people and all the people in the world are lived off by faith.
No, well, you're right.
It's a money maker.
No, you're right.
It's a money maker.
I disagree with religion, but I do follow truth and the way and life. That's my religion.
My religion, I believe in myself. If I can't do it, the hell with it. That's what I feel. But my family is different. They're all religion.
Yeah.
But I say it's the biggest ripped-off from the beginning
Well, that's
of time.
true. I think it's about control.
You get brainwashed in a religion,
yes, I agree.
do anything for something.
But I always seek the truth, and I love my fellow man and life.
Today, there's no truth anymore. It used to
you
be
gotta
shake
seek
hands, not anymore.
No, that's true.
No,
you're right.
Shake hands and put your hand in your pocket at the same time.
That's true. You're right. You're right about that.
We've seen the best of times, kid. It's all gone.
That's probably true.
So
Yeah.
we're living the last. And
Yeah.
if they keep putting pesticides out. And
Oh my gosh, they're killing the bees. Yeah, they do.
Poison the people the way they are.
Yes. Yeah. Do you eat?
I raise honeybees.
Yeah.
And every year it's getting worse and worse. They keep killing them.
I know.
And here's the drug companies. Here's your government. Well, we can't do this because, okay.
I know the drug companies are horrible. They're running things. It is. And the only thing I can do to fight is tell the truth. That's what I do when I come out here.
Yeah, well, I hope it
And I think you're doing good too.
Yeah. I chew my gum.
Yeah, but this is true, and I just can tell the truth.
The older I get, I'll be 90 years old in a couple of weeks. The older I get, the smarter I get as far as research in the world.
Yes.
I can see what's happening, you know?
Yes.
But we're destroying it. We're destroying it. It's awful.
Yes.
I'll tell you a good story.
Okay.
I live in a place where we had a nice little country place in the back. Fresh water bubble out of the ground. And everything was quiet. We had our own chickens, firewood, whatever we want, you know, self-sufficient. Along comes the Navy base. They tore off the land. They put a Navy base in there. Houses started building around because there was work. The whole stream got polluted. They killed fish for at least 20 miles. Now today the base is closed in Horsham. They have bad water. Two places. Horsham, that's where the base is. That's all polluted.
Oh, Willow Grove?
Huh?
Willow Grove? Yeah.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
And now they can't figure what to do.
Yeah. I know, I agree with you. I totally agree.
That's a shame.
So the only thing that people can do is say no.
I said, well, you're going to fight the government.
Oh, well,
unless you have a lot of money.
But we're paying taxes to the schools that are teaching lies to our children.
Yeah.
So if we all say no, we're not paying those school taxes anymore.
Yeah. Not unless everybody gets together.
That's right. Well, when they all find out we don't live on the spinning ball, that's what my hope is.
Yeah.
See?
I
hope it happens in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's a shame. It gets to a point, you know, you got TV, you got these things like, you know,
I don't watch TV anymore either.
No,
and I don't go to church.
It's bad.
But I do believe there was a creator somewhere.
Well, it's hard to figure that it's gone. It's been going.
Yes. Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere in the galaxy, something had to form. That's all. But it's not what people are saying is you dries up and you go to heaven.
Yeah, I'm not.
Never
yeah.
mind.
No, I know what you're saying though. I understand.
I'm going to be cremated, and they can
So is
spread
my
my
mom.
ashes.
My
They
mom
can
wants to be
spread my
cremated.
ashes.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the way I feel. Yeah.
No, that's true.
I'll see.
Thanks. You like science, sir?
Yeah, I love science.
Yeah, you want to talk to me about science?
Yeah, not right now.
Okay, you don't feel like thinking today?
Yeah. What kind of science are we talking about?
Well, I think the surface of the earth is flat,
Oh, yeah, well.
and I can prove it.
Yeah.
And I can talk physics
It's
and
flat
all
this
that
way,
with you.
but not that way.
No, it's not. It's not curved any which way.
Yes, they are.
You ever hear of this before?
What?
The flat Earth
Yes, I heard about it.
on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you ever talk about it or ask questions of anybody and get anything explained, or you just came up against a brick wall and said that's enough, or what?
I mean, I always been pretty sure that was round, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you prove to me one reason that it's round? How about ships going over the curve?
About what?
A ship going over the curve. You can't see it anymore. Is that,
Right.
Yeah, you think so? Okay. Here's another explanation for that. See these railroad tracks? Do they ever actually touch at some point?
Here's 7.
They go off in the distance. They look like they touch. Do they actually really touch? No, because the train would crash, right?
Right.
That's called perspective.
Okay.
And there's a vanishing point. Your eyes see at a distance. They bring things to a point, right? Same thing with a horizon. So with the absence of the tracks, you only have two planes. And where they come together, that's the vanishing line.
Okay.
Ships go into that line. You can't see them. They vanish. But they're not going over a curve. Oh, I got you thinking now, don't I?
So wait, you think that it's flat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just heard about it, and you know.
Yeah, of course, you hear about things. These are 10 things on here that you can look up yourself. And also, if you go here, you get everything on my banners, and you can look it up for
Wait,
yourself.
I heard something. Okay, I'm from Italy, so I heard something about like Milan and like the big constructions, and I mean, it was
The bigger structures, like what?
I don't know. They were saying like stuff that they I don't know. They were really weird, but
The horizon is always at your eye level. So if you're in an airplane or Mount Everest, the horizon's always up here.
right.
Okay, so we have a curvature formula, 8 inches times a mile squared. So at 10 miles, it should be like a 6-story building that should be hidden, right? So look, there's Chicago across Lake Michigan, 60 miles. We shouldn't be able to see that. Look, here's 102 miles away. What's that called? Capri? Yeah. Capri? Capri? Is that what that says there? The island of Capri. Isn't that near Italy?
I have honestly no idea.
Well, wait, you said you were Italian. Now, come on.
I've never.
Okay, from Genoa, Italy, 70 feet above sea level, the island of Capria, 102 miles away, can often be seen on a clear day like that. So 102 miles away, you shouldn't be able to see that. So why don't you look this stuff up? Don't believe the lies. Don't let them take your mind. Hi there. You like science? Do you have kids, grandkids? You should tell them to look into this stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Did you ever hear about this? Never? You've heard about it. It's all over the internet, right? What'd you think about it? Well, don't laugh at him. He's thinking. He's thinking.
Thinking about it, but like,
Well, do you have a question? Like,
I would just want it flat. Like we all rotate. Like the sun rotates around the planets and stuff.
Okay.
So I was looking flat.
okay. So this is Polaris in the middle, and if you leave the camera open, the aperture, you get star trails. But this is what they teach us in the schools. That's what they teach us, right? Do you think we get that from that?
No.
No, I don't either. It's all right. You're all right. So here we have the flat Earth map, and this is the best one we got. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes around the outside edge. You seen that before?
Africa and the United States.
Here's
Yeah, right
South
there.
America. That's right. We're there. Yeah. All these world organizations use the flat Earth map, but they leave off Antarctica.
Why is that?
I don't think they want you to know that it goes around the outside edge, because that would mess up them mocking us saying things fall off the edge. See? But hey, look, this is Antarctica. It holds it all in. Holds in the water. So if you go to this website, you get that down at the bottom there. If you type that in, then you get everything on my banners, and it has a video, 200 proofs. Did you watch any videos on this yet?
Well, we talked about the world being flat like one time in science class, and we never really got into it. Because you said that if the world was flat, then how do you rotate around all the like the Earth has to rotate. We have to have the sun around it, so the Earth can't be flat. You know, like the sun has to give us heat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the world has to be like.
Okay, first off, I go around and teach this, so I'd be happy to come to your science class anytime. And you can find me on that website. Okay, you can send a message. But look, when the Earth's flat, this is Tropic of Cancer. That's the equator. That's the Tropic of Capricorn. The sun is like on a tether. So when it's in Cancer, it's a shorter string, and it like goes slow. When it goes to the equator, it goes a little faster. And when it's in Capricorn, it goes really fast, like on a long string.
Yeah, this goes right around.
Yeah, so that's how it goes. You know that the seasons are not caused because the Earth is tilted. I mean, 93 million miles away is sun, and it's just because it's tilted a little, that gives us season. Come on, I mean, we got to think about that. Really, I mean, you can feel the sun hitting your skin. It's close. It's very close, like within 100 miles.
Yeah, it has to be close. We have 3 planets covering it, so it's not like it's like we can feel it from a distance away.
We live inside a torus field, and this is electromagnetic energy, okay? And it's a field. If you study electromagnetics, so right down here, you get the aurora borealis because it's low, and there's elements that it excites. Comes up and around. The sun is in here, and the electromagnetic energy goes through the sun.
To us.
It lights it up.
Yeah, it lights all other planets.
Yeah, but you know what? The planets are only two-dimensional. You can't see 3 dimensions in a telescope. No. So we don't know what they really are. They're just a light in the sky. So I don't think they're spherical. I don't think they rotate. None of that.
I don't think they rotate because how would they how they function? They don't rotate.
What you're being told is what they want you to think. But you can't observe that. You can't see that. Do you think they really sent that Tesla car up into the space? No. Why didn't the tires explode? Why did they take off the rear view mirrors?
That's true.
See, there's a lot of things you need to question about NASA. Look what NASA gives you. They're in the Vomit Comet. That's how they show that they're floating in space. Or they have wires and harnesses. We have a lot of videos proving that there's the harness there. We have a guy grabbing the other one's wire. It's like obvious, you know? And when they're outside doing a spacewalk, they're in this pool. We have bubbles in space, air bubble going up the helmet. We have all that evidence. See? And the schools don't want you to know it. Look at all these books.
So what do you think about the moon landing?
They're censoring all these books. The moon is a filament. That's a cathode. It goes through the sun, which is positive. Moon is negative. The electricity flows through that. It's not something you can land on. You can't land on a filament. That never happened. That's how I first started learning about this. Somebody said, oh, they said we didn't land on the moon. Like that. What? You're crazy. And I looked into it. They didn't land on that moon.
No, I don't believe it either. Sometimes I have my suspicions. They look too fake for me. And plus,
Yeah.
you look at the internet the way it is. Yeah, I'm fine, Mom.
If she wants to get you a soft pretzel, you don't want a soft pretzel?
Yeah.
Good talking to you, man. I think that would work. Oh, I'm sorry. Who? This is yours?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
you wouldn't give it to me for 4, would you? No, you wouldn't.
That's brand new.
Looks like you guys made out pretty good. Yeah, you sold a lot of stuff.
Decorations, you know.
It's what?
Decorations.
Decorations.
And some people they need, you know. So we're selling here.
Is this all stuff that like you do normally, regularly? You go out with this, or is it stuff you had in the house?
I've had it.
Ah, downsizing.
Trying to, yes. And I collect everything. People, whatever.
I went through some tough times with my, divorce and all that. So what I did was I just knocked this thing down. I went out and I started a glass collection. And that was like my therapy. $2 here, $3 there, that kind of thing. I have 300 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
I must have really been in trouble.
Yes. That's right the way I am with
Yeah, I have it all packed up, and it's like, you know, if I ever get a house, like I could make lamps out of it and all. I love the pattern,
Yeah.
but what do you do now?
I know. And then,
Yeah,
that's not good.
but it's better than paying a therapist.
This is true.
See? Yeah, and a lot more fun.
Right.
My mom and I would go out, and then my sister knew what to get me for a gift, you know. Oh, the Longaburger, yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do so much with them. Oh, they went out of business too.
Which is a shame. Because they used that. I mean, they could.
Yeah, and they were good quality.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but what do you do? I mean, just decoration. I mean, it's not like you go to the apple orchard or anything with them.
Exactly. There's nothing else you can do with it.
Right. Yeah. Hi, how are ya? Do you like science? Here, I'll give you something and you can look this up. And look, here's a card with a picture of the map. You can have this. Yeah, you guys can have that. You want to take some of these? Go ahead. You look it up. Here, you can have that one too. Sure, you can have that. Yes, you can. I'll have to get more out. This is a guy who teaches the Bible. Do you like the Bible? You want one of them too? There you go. You're welcome. You got to look it up now. I got to promise to look it up. You ever hear flat Earth?
I don't want to know.
You don't? Sure you do.
Then what is it?
Well, let me tell you some science and then you can think about it. How about perspective? Do you know anything about perspective? See these railroad tracks? Do they ever actually meet? The rails. Do the rails meet? No. Or the train would crash, right? But your eyes see them coming together to a point. That's called the vanishing point. Right?
Yeah, that's in distance.
That's in distance, right. So what happens when there's no rails and it's just the sort of horizon, the earth and the sky? Well, that's called the vanishing line. Right there, that's the horizon. So when a ship goes over the curve, really it's just going into the vanishing line. It's not going over a curve. It's not going around the ball. We have a formula, 8 inches times a mile squared. So at 10 miles, it should be 66 feet that we should be hidden. That's a 6-story building. That's not happening. Look, here's Chicago across 60 miles of Lake Michigan. That's not hidden. It's right there. We can see it. And we proved it's not a mirage. We had a guy in a boat go with his camera the whole way. Here's 102 miles over in Italy, Caprea. You can see it. So why are we seeing so far? Well, here's reflection on a flat surface is a line. Reflection on a curved surface is just a dot. But this is reality, isn't it? We get that line. There's waves and all that, but generally, undisturbed water, you get the line of reflection. See? So these are science. It's true science in reality. But what do they teach us in school? They teach us this. They teach us a heliocentric model where the Milky Way's moving, the sun's in the Milky Way, and all the planets are moving, trying to keep up with the sun moving.
Are you trying to say that the Earth is in the center?
That the Earth is what?
Never, nothing, just keep going?
It just keeps going. That's what they say. That's what they teach us. That's what's in the school. But what do we have in reality? We have the Polaris, which is the pole star, in the center. You leave your aperture open, you get star trails, perfect circles. Would you get that in reality with that model? No. I don't believe that for a second. So I'm saying that the schools are not teaching the truth, and they're giving us a bunch of garbage because if they can fool us, they can rule us. And and they can tell us anything and we'll believe it. And we'll go off and die in their wars, which we don't want. None of the people, and you know what? Nothing is more evident now that we have the internet, and I have people, friends all over the world now, and they don't want war. So who wants these wars? It's the governments. The governments are making this all up for money, power, and control. Did you know there's an Antarctic Treaty? The Antarctic Treaty says that they won't let anybody down there to explore on their own. That's what the Antarctic Treaty says. So why not? Why can't we just go down there and explore? Because they don't want us to know. I think they're hiding the dome. I think they found the dome in the 50s with Admiral Byrd, and now don't want us to go see the edge of it. That's what I personally think. They say, others people think, well, there's more land down there, there's hot springs, you know, all that kind of stuff. So they're hiding things from us, definitely hiding things. So you can take some of this and go look it up. And everything on my banner, you will see at this website right here. Everything on the banner is down here at this website. The videos. But knowing that there's no curvature, see, I went down to Wildwood and we took a P1000 camera, which can zoom in like 85 miles. So we were in Wildwood and zoomed into Atlantic City, and we saw Atlantic City right there. And that's 32.6 miles. That should have been hidden under what, 681 feet. That's a 68-story building. That doesn't happen. They're lying to us. So you look into this stuff and decide for yourself. Even if you don't agree, just looking at it and studying these topics here, it's going to make you smarter.
Well, to be fair, this all sort of sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah? So you think goat herders brought down the World Trade Center?
No. When it's just that, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. I think that our own government brought down those buildings, actually, for some crazy reason, like to get us into a war that had no reason. They had to make up a reason to kill our men.
Yep.
So I'm glad you're looking into this at your age, because I'm 63 and it took me a long time to come to this point. So you'll be better off knowing the truth.
Maybe I will.
If you have a question, come back and ask me. I can tell you anything. Alrighty? There you go. Good job.
I just keep forgetting to pick these out.
Yeah, good job. Anybody like science?
Nah, not really.
No? You know, these were filled with glasses earlier today. People have been buying glass. What do they charge you for these? $1?
Free. Everything here is free.
Get out.
That's why everyone's been snagging stuff.
Nobody told me they were free. All the good ones are gone now. And I don't like dark glasses. Purple. What are they?
It's alright to do that.
of the balloons?
Everything's free.
Yeah, not that. Oh, I found one for my friend. She's Isabella. First person I know from going on my friend. Never use them.
Oh, I might have to break down and buy a pretzel. I don't like pretzels. But I might have to. How much are the pretzels?
$1.
How many?
$1.
$1 a piece?
Yeah.
Holy cow! That's expensive. Do I get to pick which one I want?
Can I grab my jacket really quick?
Sorry.
Sorry about the hair thing.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's the candles.
Oh, there's a whole benefit already.
Found where Isabella. What, they got empty?
Yeah, these are some. But check, some of them are just married. I don't think you
Oh,
need
no, I
those.
don't need those.
Yeah, these are all anniversary.
No, it's our 60th wedding anniversary. We don't want to say first.
Here's another happy anniversary.
Do you ever get your vows renewed or anything?
No, we have not done that. Something we thought about, but
Yeah, some people do that. It's kind of
yeah,
nice.
It's cute. Yeah. It's a lifetime.
What'd you do for your 50th? Did you have a party or?
Yes. The whole family went to Disney.
That was
It was
nice.
wonderful. Yeah.
There's a bunch.
I have 4 children and 8 grandchildren, so it was a group.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's some more.
Hi. You interested in science?
Used to be.
Really? So tell me what you know.
Not much.
Well, let me tell you what I know a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? You know about the physics of water,
Yes.
how it's always seeks its own level.
Yes.
Okay? So when you have a level surface, you get a line of reflection. Okay, but if it's a curved surface, like you take something glossy, you only get a spot.
Right.
Okay, so that's what that's showing there.
Yeah.
So this is reality, is that all the oceans are level and level with each other. Okay? Now, how do you know that, past this point where you can see that it's level? How do you know that? Well, by this over here. You know these railroad tracks continue, but you can't see them. So do you know what that's called? It's called perspective. See, and that's a vanishing point. There's actually 4 levels: the plane of the earth, the sky, and then each railroad track comes to a point. But when there's no 4 things, there's only 2, then you get the vanishing line of the ocean, because there's nothing on the sides to bring together. So when the ships go over the curve, they're really going into the vanishing line. They disappear. Yeah, so that's why, one of the reasons why we're saying that the earth is flat, because all the waters are flat. And if you go here to this website, you'll get 3 of my favorite videos, and you'll get all this information that's on my banners. Okay? And actually on the other side, you'll see that's the best flat earth map we have. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica actually goes around the outside edge, and it is a created thing.
Okay.
It's not a spinning ball by random.
Yeah.
So that's what we're saying. Somebody or something created this thing that we live in.
Right.
So, are you a person of faith? Because there's Bible verses here. You can look those up.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's why I'm here teaching people, so they know that this is not a random spinning ball thing.
Yeah.
They're doing that to confuse us and deny our senses, to not know what we're looking at, so they can control us.
Yeah.
Like government. Govern is to control, ment is the mind.
Yeah.
They want to control our mind. That's how they get power.
Wow.
So this is what I'm doing here. It's an act of love.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Thank you for stopping.
Thank you.
Did you ever hear about this, ladies?
No.
Yeah. Actually, we live on a flat surface, and there's things you can look up. I know, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? But you know what's really crazy? A random spinning ball that we actually stick to it, when everything in your mind tells you we should be flying off if it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour.
I'll do some research.
Thank you, dear.
All I did was touch it. Let's bring it over the other side.
Hi there. Sorry.
Sorry.
You interested in science? Interested in science a little bit? Usually the men are, and then the women go shopping while I talk to the men. But yeah.
You're on the level.
I'm on the level. Yes, actually I am. Very funny. But do you know why I carry this? I have two reasons. I use it as a pointer, but also the horizon is always at your eye level. No matter how high you go,
There you go.
in the airplane, on Mount Everest, it's always at your eye level. Now you're 2 inches taller than me, so your horizon will be slightly different than my horizon because it's all in how you look at your eyes. It's a function of your eyes. So we have perspective here. Do these railroad tracks ever meet, really?
No.
No, but they look like they do because that's perspective. Okay? When it's a horizon, there's only two planes involved here, the ocean and the sky. So it's a vanishing line. That's why you think ships go over the curve, because they just go into the vanishing line. You can't see them. So how do you know that there's no curve? Well, there is a formula. There's a formula. 8 inches times a mile squared, and that's based on a 24,901 equator. We'll agree with the equator measurement, okay? So these things should be hidden. Like Chicago should be hidden under 60 miles of Lake Michigan. It should be down below the curve. It's not. It's right here. We can see it. Here's Caprea, which is 102 miles away from Italy. You can see these things. We should not be able to see them. Okay? So these are the things that we look up. You have 10 things on this little brochure. You go to the website. You can see more. You can see all this information on my banners and that website. NASA is lying to us. Look at this. That's the stuff they have on their website. So what is it? What's America there? I mean, they're mocking us. They're in a vomit comet, or they have harnesses and wires. They got this big pool. They have bubbles in space, air bubbles going up the astronaut's helmet. What's that all about? How can that happen? There is no outer space that they proclaim, because for a pressure system to exist, there has to be a physical barrier next to a vacuum. There's no physical barrier that they're claiming. I think there is one, and we're all inside this little creation.
Yeah.
That somebody or some civilization created it somehow, and we are all equal under here. But the parasites who are ruling us lie to us.
Like our chickens. Like we're chickens.
That's right. They lie to us. They are charging us for free electricity, which is flowing around in there in the atmosphere. There's free electricity. We should all have that for free. They lie to us and say they have to generate it, and then they can charge us for it. That same thing with oil. Same thing with a lot of stuff. And they're just they depopulate us. They say, "Oh, we have interest in the Middle East. Pack up all your healthy young men and ship them over there to get killed." So we do that because we trust our government. I don't trust our government.
I don't either.
So we got to tell the truth. We got to spread this thing around that our government's lying to us. And then there's hope for the future. With the lies, there's no hope. There's only hope in the truth. That's why I'm doing this.
You got to figure out what is true.
That's why I studied it. And I've been teaching this over a year now. I'm working on my 3rd year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do this because I love humanity. I want my grandchildren, if I ever get any. I have 3 children. They haven't had kids yet. But
I have 3 children. I have 4 children. One of them had children. And
I want them to have a world that I lived in. I want them to.
yeah, it's always changing.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that they can have a better life if they live in truth. The truth will set them free. And the truth set me free here too. So that's why I go out and teach it.
I don't. My kids don't want to hear anything about,
Well, you can make them do that.
Huh?
You can make them listen.
Yeah. Make them listen.
Say, your inheritance depends upon you listening to me.
There you go. That blows it right there. No, but what they inherit.
Just say, I'm your father and you will listen to me. And when you go home, you can think what you want. But under my roof, you're going to listen. Don't you ever say that?
They never come to my place. I've said something like that once.
And they thought you were a conspiracy theorist?
Wasn't like that. Well, my kids were at home yet. No. Oh, they still think I'm a conspiracy.
That's a good thing because it's true.
still
All those
think that.
conspiracies are true. They are. No kids died at Sandy Hook. I have to tell you that. And goat herders did not crash into the Twin Towers. Nope.
Nope.
Our own government crashed those buildings.
Yep.
I don't know how many people died. They try to make it sensationalized and say 3,000. I don't know. You can't believe anything they say.
Nope.
And guess what? They're pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want a world where pedophilia is promoted? I don't think so. I don't.
It's not new.
No, but we can control it. We can get it under control, and it's not.
You can.
They are ruling, and it's bad.
Yep.
So we got to get them out of power.